let's adjust this phone. There we are. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, today, I'm going to do something really dramatically different. And that is, I'm going to change the course of history. I'm going to reveal something on the internet here to everybody that is one of the greatest, darkest, most well-kept secrets of improvisation that there is. And that is the secret to outside playing. I'm not going to teach this special outside playing lick, or that. No, I'm going to teach you the principles that lie behind outside playing. So that way you are actually going to be in complete control of it and you can use it. And I want you to be able to use it in a way which is natural and seamless, because let's make no bones about it, in outside playing you are playing one whole bunch of wrong notes. No argument, they are wrong notes, but the art of it is to make those wrong notes sound right. And when I say right, I mean not just getting away with it, not just sounding sort of jazzy and notey and contrived and a little bit, up yourself. I'm talking about playing these notes in such a way that they express what you want to say and that they sound seamless and natural to your audience. Now, tall order, no problem. That's what you're going to get today. But I'm going to need some patience, just a little bit of patience from you as I explain it all. And I promise you by the end, you are going to be just so thrilled with what I'm going to share with you today. Now, for years, I was mystified by outside playing. I knew kind of what was going on, but I just couldn't understand why some people could make these wrong notes sound so wonderful. And I asked people, and no one would ever tell me. I think because some of them just didn't want to give away the secrets to anybody else. And also some people, I think, had kind of worked out how to do it in an organic sort of way, but they really didn't understand what they were doing. With the best will in the world, they certainly couldn't help me. I was mystified for the longest time until I got a clue from a completely different source. And that is that this wonderful friend of mine, Tom Sutcliffe, he's a musicologist, he taught me classical counterpoint. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole deal of classical counterpoint because it's one huge field, but I am going to share with you some basic principles of it. And then once you know those, you will see how you can then apply those principles to outside playing. Before we do though, I just want to say, I really think I should give a shout out to Tom Sutcliffe. This guy is so special. He's a genius. He's the most brilliant musicologist active today in my view. His website is harmony.org.uk. He's showing all kinds of phenomenal stuff to do with the way classical harmony works and how pop and rock music work as well, and looking at the similarities and the differences between them. I helped him with that bit, but hey, there you go. And really worth checking out, this guy. Now, let's get back on the main plot. So, we're going to spend a little bit of time just going through some stuff on classical counterpoint. You still with me? Okay, good for you. Now, this all began around 1500 and something. This guy called Palestrina, and he was, let's adjust this again, that's a little bit better, that's better. Yeah, and he was, had a lot of choirs and stuff like this, and he noticed that some notes sounded good pretty much all the time, and some notes sometimes sounded really rather cool, and at other times sounded really lame and clumsy. And he was trying to work out why that was. And so he came out with some basic rules, really, if you like, of counterpoint. and I'll explain them briefly because I'm going to show you 4 things that come from Counterpoint today, and then we'll see where those, by the way, we'll see where those 4 points can be used in outside playing. So basically we're looking at standard playing and the use of harmony and counterpoint. So say you get like a simple C chord, you've got the notes of C and E and G, or any of those notes being played. Now if the melody happened to be a C or an E or a G, well, you know it's going to work. But if you play a D, can sound a little bit strange sometimes. Let's have a little listen. So we've got a C chord. Sounds okay? There's a C at the top of that C chord. Sounds pretty good to me. Ooh, sounds a little bit, you know, I mean, to our modern ears, it sounds quite cool. We quite like it. But let's face it, it is definitely not anywhere near as stable as the first chord. Let me play the first chord again. Yes, everything's fine. We know where everything is. We've got our feet on the ground. We're a little bit kind of shaky. And then if we play, say, an E, well, that's back, you know, that's safe again. Yeah, that's part of the chord. It's all kind of blissful. But this one, ooh, it's a little bit strange. Now, the thing is, though, that if you start from a position of safety and you move into a position of dodginess, danger, if you like, and then resolve from there again to another place of safety, then it's going to sound okay. In fact, it's not just going to sound okay, it's actually quite seamless. I'll show you. That's it. When I played it right, it was okay. Even though there's that tension in that when you've got that D note against a C chord, when you're playing it that way, like I just did, going from C, D, E, E, D, C, you didn't even notice any tension at all. It sounded perfectly acceptable. So, that's what's called a passing note. You're starting from a position of safety, you're passing through a little bit of danger, and you're arriving back at safety. Another case where that D note would sound good is if you're playing a C chord, a D comes in, and then you go back to the C again. So it's you're kind of in safety, going out to a little bit of danger, and you're coming back to safety again. Here is a good example. And notice, by the way, also that I was putting the discordant note on a weak beat, you know, so again, it's not emphasizing it. So it all just sounds very, even though it's a discordant note, it sounds perfectly acceptable and seamless when played in that way. Now, the third example is a thing called an Appogiatura. Now, this appeared about 100 years later, and this was where people had the idea of hitting a discord right on the nose, but then resolving it to a safe chord again. And in modern music, probably the example of it that everybody knows is the beginning of the chord Yesterday. Now, Yesterday is in the key of F, and the home chord and the home key is all F, but it's starting off on an F chord with a G stuck on the top of it, which gives it that unstable sound, and then when it falls to the safe home chord, you get this feeling of release of tension, and it sounds like a sigh. The whole song of yesterday is one big sigh, isn't it? You know, yesterday, it was all so lovely, and we were so in love, and now you've pissed off, and now I'm so, oh, get over it. Anyway, so here we are. So, yeah, hear that? Ooh. Oh, so that's starting off on tension, but then arriving back in safety. And then another case of playing these slightly more discordant notes, but in a way that works, was later on, certainly around the time of people like Wagner and so on, of having this discordant note and really leaning on it, you know, in this kind of, yeah, it's out of tune, it's tense, it's unresolved, it's unstable, it's kind of giving me a kind of bit of a warm and strange but sort of feeling, and I don't care, sort of. You know, you've got that instability, and hey, and you know, yes, it's unstable, live with it, is what we're saying. So that's 4 different ways. There's the passing note, going from safety through danger to safety. There's the auxiliary note, going from safety to danger and back again. There's the Appogiatura, which is starting off in danger but finding safety. And then there's the accented discord, which is, you know, we're in danger and hey, we're just living with it. So that's okay, so there you go. Now, those are 4 principles of counterpoint, and you find those principles are used in string arrangements, in choral arrangements, they appear in barbershop, in doo-wop, they appear everywhere, you know, and throughout pop music it's happening all over the place. But what we're doing here is we're taking those same principles and then applying them to this atonal outside thing. So I'm going to be playing atonal outside phrases, but I'm going to be working them into the music using those 4 principles that come from counterpoint. And you'll find that as a result, the phrases actually, you know, they kind of slip through in a very natural way. So let's look at the first one. The first one we looked at was where we're going from safety through danger to another place of safety. So we could be, where are we? We're going to be, this is, oh, by the way, all the stuff I'm going to play, it's all basically A minor pentatonic. And then going out of tune and coming back in again. But, you know, I'm not going to be giving you this fancy, unbelievable, you know, jazz altered scale with tones from, you know, forget it. We're just going to use simple pentatonic, nothing fancy. But we're going to spice it up using this outside thing. And so we're going to be here, and then we're going to move out of tune, and we're going to keep going. We're back in a different position of a minor pentatonic up here. So I've gone from one shape of A minor pentatonic to another shape of A minor pentatonic and just gone chromatically through the middle. And here you see it. Safety, danger, safety. Watch this one. Let's get into it. Not bad. Bit better. it's hard sometimes to sort of like think really technically and get into it at the same time, you know. But yeah, that was bearable. That was acceptable. And so I think that illustrates the point of playing these wrong notes, but in a way that sounds like it's meant to be. That's the thing. Okay, so let's do another one. This time we're going to do the auxiliary. Instead of an auxiliary note like you would find, you know, back in the day, this is an auxiliary phrase, and it's an auxiliary wrong phrase. But you'll see that because we're using this auxiliary note principle of counterpoint, it's gonna work. Here we go. So I'm gonna be kind of here, just, you know, minor pentatonic, and then we're gonna go, whoa, we're gonna go there, slip it out of tune, and we're gonna come back again, and it's all gonna sound really nice because we're gonna be safety, bit of danger, back to safety again. Here we go. Getting into it really, I'm trying to. Yeah, sorry about the singing, but it does help me get into it really. It's best to do it on stage and do it away from a microphone, then nobody can hear, you know, they can only hear the guitar and everything's okay then. Yeah, just kind of, because yeah, seriously, these are not sort of like, you know, pieces that I've rehearsed and got note perfect to show you in this video. I mean, I'm just doing it, you know, and just improvising it on the spot. So, okay. Now then, what was the third one? Oh yeah, the third one. That's the Appogiatura. This is where we're going to come right in with both feet, playing wrong notes right from the start, and then we're going to, from there, we're going to go to safety. So, so where are we? Probably again minor pentatonic. How are you? We're going to start off with that, and then we're going to go to it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that worked. Now then, there I was kind of just touching on the next one, because I kind of, there's one point where I just kind of like hammered it on and just stayed with it for a while, you know, really sort of like sort of ground it home and ramped the tension by staying that bit longer on the discordant notes before resolving. And that's the fourth one, which is the kind of, well, yes, it's out of tune, but up yours principle of wrong note playing. You know, I'm playing wrong notes because I can, is the kind of thing. So we'll do the same thing, same notes, and we'll just exploit it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Warming up. was a total, that was just a total sort of wrong note fest of stuff. Sort of thing that you can, it's fun to come out with, perhaps sort of 3/4 of the way through a solo, just to kind of lay it on. So, okay, so let's just recap what we've done there. We've looked at 4 principles that you actually find in classical counterpoint. And some of them go back, 500 years, and some 400 years or whatever. They've been in music all this time. And that is going from safety, passing through danger to safety again. Being in safety, going away to danger, back to safety. It's like thrown headfirst into danger, but, then arriving in safety. And then the last one, my middle name is Danger. And do I care? No. That is kind of like the last way of doing it. So 4 principles. 4 principles of counterpoint. 4 principles that you can use in outside playing and make outside playing actually work for you, so you don't sound like somebody just trying to show off or playing along a load of wrong notes. You actually sound like you mean it, and you can actually use it as a means of self-expression. So my name is Tim Deuce, and what I want you to do is go to iTunes and find my songs and see where I'm actually playing the guitar and singing and writing songs and stuff like that in the real world, not just in YouTube world. And also, please subscribe, because there's going to be a whole load more stuff coming down the pipe. Give us a couple of thumbs up. That's always nice. Any questions you've got, please ask them, because that way it gives me a subject matter for a later video. And or if you just want to say hi and tell us where you're from, that's always great too. So thank you so much for listening. Come back and tell me how you got on with this information that I've shared with you today, and what you've done with it, and put that in the comments, please. I'm really, really excited to know what you can do with the knowledge that I've shared with you today. So thank you again. If you've stayed through the video to this point, then you are a star and you deserve all the success that there is. Thank you again. I'm Tim Deuce. I've loved talking with you today, and I'm going to talk with you again soon. So in the meantime, please have a great day.